One of Hypar's key features is the ability to import your building program, or schedule of accommodation, and automatically generate spaces from that list and track your progress in real time. In this video, you'll learn how to upload a simple office program, upload a more complicated program with program groups, and how to use and change your program after import. Here's a simple office program in Excel. Your program may not look like this. With Hypar, you typically don't need to follow a special template to import your program. Each space type is its own row, and there are some rows where there are different or no information. There are also columns for colors, quantities, area requirements for spaces, and totals. And there are multiple sheets or tabs for different versions of this program. Import this program into Hypar by clicking Import Requirements in the top right and selecting the Excel or CSV file. Make sure to close your file in Excel before importing. You'll be prompted to map your columns in a window like this. If your program has multiple sheets, use the drop-down to select the tab you want to import. At a minimum, you'll need a program name column. Add space count and area per space so you can track progress as you design. As you map things, notice the green fields shifting. These represent the data Hypar is bringing in. Hypar handles calculations, so you don't need to include totals. Remember, you can always use Hypar in metric. You can change program units while mapping. Hypar recognizes hex or RGB formats for assigned colors. If you don't have specific colors, Hypar will auto-assign colors to each space, which you can adjust later if needed. Next, click Import Program Requirements. Your program will appear in the top right. To manually edit a requirement, click on the number in the panel. To change its color, click on the colored rectangle. To change its name, click on the name in the program panel. To start planning, drag and drop spaces from the list. They'll automatically appear as squares with walls and their target areas set by default. As you start placing spaces, counts update in real time to keep you on track. To place multiple spaces at once, hold Shift and select them from the program panel. This way, all your spaces will drop in together. No need to drag and drop each one individually. Here's a slightly more complicated program. This one has a few additional columns, such as program group, width, and depth. Including a program group column will group your requirements when you import. We're grouping by function, but you can also group by department, floor, or whatever makes the most sense for your project. Adding width and depth will change the default shape from a square to your desired dimensions. Take a look at row 14, the nurse exam room space type. Notice how 10 feet by 12 feet is not actually 100 square feet. More on that later. Import this program into a new project in Hypar and map out your columns. Map the function column to program group and map out your width and depth columns. Once imported, requirements are now grouped. Click on the caret to open up your program panel. Spaces with defined widths and depths will now load with those dimensions as their defaults instead of a square. And remember that incorrect space area. Hypar will prioritize your dimensions, but alert you in the Area Requirements drop-down. You can also drag and drop an entire group from your program panel. Perfect if you're laying out big blocks or departments first. If needed, adjust the gross-up factor for your group right in the panel. Then, start adding spaces into your larger block. By nesting them this way, everything moves together easily. And extra metrics appear in the bottom right panel when you select your block. To make a new group on the fly, manually add a new requirement, then drag another one into it. You can even add additional layers of program hierarchy manually. And as you drag, keep an eye out for the visual cues. A guideline means you're moving a requirement, while a gray fill means you're nesting it inside another. While you can change your program requirements one by one through the panel, for larger changes, re-upload your program by clicking Import Requirements again. For this example, notice that we've changed the color of the main office group and added an additional vice principal office in a different sheet called version 2. Re-import this program and change your sheet to version 2. As you remap your columns, you'll notice indicators telling you what's being updated. Now your main office spaces are red instead of blue, and you have a new space requirement for a vice principal office. And that's it. That's how you import and update your program. Thanks so much for watching. We can't wait to see what you build.